Hey guys, it's Coach Gaglione from GaglioneStrength.com. Got another strong lady on the line today. We got Lizette here. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. Well, thank you for coming on the line. Met not too long ago at Boss of Bosses out in California, which was a great experience, and just competed over last weekend right in Vegas, IPO World. So had a good time there.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great experience, definitely.
Very cool. So for the people who don't know who you are, maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself and then what you got going on right now.
Okay, so I am Lizette Corgado. I'm 21 years old. I compete as a um, raw powerlifter in the junior division, and I've been powerlifting for about 3 years now, and I'm pretty much just a full-time student. So yeah, that's all I got going on right now.
What do you go to school for?
I'm majoring in kinesiology, which I'm super excited about.
Nice. That's kind of like goes hand in hand with
Yeah,
your training too,
definitely.
which is very cool. So,
Mhm.
so I want to kind of rewind a little bit and just tell the people watching a little bit how you actually got started. You said you've been kind of lifting for 3 years. Did you like kind of initially kind of get into competing right away, or did you just kind of lift for a different reason? Like, how did you first start strength training in the beginning?
Okay, so I first started training with my brother, and I did it more for the looks. I just wanted to look good. But then as I started training with him, I realized that I got kind of obsessed with my strength, and I kind of stopped caring about how I looked. So we started strength training, and we were training like powerlifters, but we didn't know about powerlifting. So when we finally found out about powerlifting, we just fell in love with the sport. So I trained for powerlifting for about a year, and then I finally decided to compete. And my first competition, it was amazing. Like after that, I was like, I made the right decision into getting into powerlifting, and after that, I just wanted to keep on going. So yeah.
Nice. So what was like? Can you like remember any defining moment, or like you're like, this is like really cool. I love like getting stronger, not just looking good, but now I actually want to compete. Can you remember like a time where you kind of decided that you actually wanted to step on the platform?
Well, actually, a lot of people would tell me like you should compete, you should like look into it, but I just wanted to do it for myself. And then I remember I saw this YouTube video of one of my favorite powerlifters, Leanna Carr, and she was competing. And after that, I was like, I would love to experience that. So after that, I was like, you know what? I told my brother, like, I'm going to do it. And if you want to do it with me, it would be amazing for us to experience something like that together. So we just gave it a go and we did it.
Cool. And how was it like the first time? Like, did you like do like a big training prep for it? Did you kind of just jump in right away? How was it like getting ready for the first competition, and what was it like actually doing it? Versus just training in the gym.
When we finally decided to do it, we didn't have much knowledge about powerlifting yet, so we kind of just started lifting heavy. And it was a very smart training, but it got the work done.
Sure.
Yeah, so I mean, we've learned so much from then and now, but yeah, it was a really good experience because we did change our training up a bit. Um, we were just lifting heavy the whole time. So, I mean, it works. I don't know how it works, but it works.
Cool. And have you kind of changed up like anything substantially from now? Like uh, you know, you did like the kind of amateur day at Boss of Bosses. You said IPL Worlds. These are some kind of bigger meets. They're not just like some local kind of like kind of small competitions. Kind of bigger, a little bigger stage, a little bit more pressure. What kind of made you decide you wanted to kind of take it to the next level and really kind of push yourself and get really not just like I'm just doing this for fun, but I want to take this a little bit more serious.
Okay, so started competing with APA, and those meets were all really small and local. And I felt like there wasn't really much competition. Like, I would go and I would win all of them. So I was
Yeah.
kind of like, I wanted a challenge.
Sure.
And I told myself, like, I need to move on to a bigger federation and compete with some of the best of the best. And I feel like this year I took, with competing at Boss of Bosses, that was a meet that I've been wanting to do for years. And I finally did it, and I never expected to win. So when I won, I was like, whoa, I think I could do so much more. So that's why I decided to do IPL Worlds, and that was amazing. And I placed there when I was competing with some of the best, and some of the girls that I've looked up to for years. So that was such a really good experience.
Cool. So one thing I want to talk, I think this is kind of a big point for like people watching. A lot of women, maybe they're afraid of like being bulky or like kind of, maybe they're lifting and they're gonna look like a man or whatever the case, whatever like kind of like they hear or whatever their fears are. Like when I first met you, like it's like, oh, this girl's like, she's cute, she's pretty, she's attractive, all this thing, and then she's like ripping up like 375 deadlift, which is, you don't see that every day, which is pretty cool. And then the next, I guess 2 days later or whatever it was, we had the brunch or like the I don't know, whatever, like the awards kind of ceremony, and everyone's kind of dressed up nice, and like if you were like walking down the street in your like sundress, probably no one would think like this girl's like almost lifting 400 pounds. I think that's really cool. So you still like a feminine side to you, and but you also have this also intense strength and a passion for lifting. So how do you balance that, and also like what advice can you give to women that may be afraid of kind of losing their femininity, just being more feminine and kind of having that girly side like too?
Yeah. I think what a lot of people misunderstand is that muscle growth and strength are two different completely things. So I do get that a lot. I get that so much where people are like, wait, what? You lift that much? Like, I would never expect you to lift like that. And what I feel like the girls that are doing bodybuilding and all those shows, they expect us powerlifters to look like that. But those girls work so hard to look like that.
Sure.
So that's what I always tell them, like, if you're afraid to look like that, trust me, it's going to take, like, it takes so much time and dedication to look like that. Like, it's not going to get to that point. So that's one thing I always tell them, like, don't be afraid to lift heavy. It's not going to do that to your body. If anything, I feel like it made my body so much better, and I feel so much confident with my body. So I think it's a plus, definitely.
Yeah, I think some people kind of think they're going to touch the barbell for the first time and they're just going to, be like the Incredible Hulk, like in a week.
Yeah, and that's something I have to explain that to a lot of people, especially at my gym, because I do train at a commercial gym, because I'm from a small town and we don't have any powerlifting gyms here. So I do deal with a lot of people coming up to me and asking me questions like that.
Cool. Well, yeah, thank you. I think that's very helpful. I think that's going to help a lot of people. So, have you ever kind of dealt with like any adversity or setbacks, maybe injuries, or maybe you had like, I don't know, bad meat or whatever it is, or maybe like, something happened where things were not going so well in your training? If so, what did you do to kind of like overcome that, and how did you kind of move past it?
I've actually been dealing with a lower back injury for about a year now, and it's probably one of the toughest things that I've gone through, because it comes and goes. So my training can go so well, and I'll be breaking my personal records, and all of a sudden my injury gets triggered, and I have to take a month to 2 months off, and then I have to start all over again. So it's something that's very sad for me because I feel like I put all this work into my lifting and then it's just taken from me. So, like before my IPL Worlds, I actually injured myself like a month before. So it was really depressing for me because I thought that I wasn't going to be able to lift anymore, and I wasn't going to be able to compete. And after that, I just told myself like, be smart about it, take the time off, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So that was something that um, I had to overcome. And as soon as my back specialist gave me the go, I started training like twice as hard to be ready for the platform. I literally had 2 weeks to train for that meet, and I stepped on the platform and I hit numbers that I I honestly I was not even expecting to have them as my attempt. So that was such a great feeling. Like it just made me work twice as hard.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. And I think one thing I always kind of preach to our guys and our girls, like things aren't always going to be perfect. You're not going to have like the perfect training cycle or like the perfect prep, or you're going to get you might get a little injuries or bumps and bruises, and you're going to have roadblocks or maybe have this family issue going on. And I think if you just kind of go in and do your best, and like especially at a meet, like you never really know how you're going to feel that day or what's going to happen. So just go in there with a positive mindset and do your best,
Hmm.
and see what happens. And so I think that's really cool. I think it's great advice. So awesome stuff. So my next thing I wanted to ask you is if someone was like maybe on the fence about starting, or maybe they're a little afraid to kind of like start strength training, what advice would you give them, and what would you tell them?
Um, I wouldn't. Okay, so I always tell them you need to lose that fear because if you're thinking about it, just do it. I feel like once you start seeing your strength improve, it becomes really addicting and it becomes a passion and you just want to keep going and going until you become stronger. So I think the most important thing is to lose that fear and just go and do it.
Very cool. I think just give it a go, take the jump,
Yeah.
and see what happens. Right. Very cool. So thank you so much for coming on today. When I stop the recording, you definitely stay on, and we can keep chatting later. But where can people, if they want to find more about you or follow what you're doing, where can they find you?
Instagram. It's lizard05 double D.
The Lizard. There you go. So check her out. Definitely show Lizette some love. Definitely drop a comment below. Check out the links below. If this interview helped you, please share it. And thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you guys next time.